and this is where we stopped. We stopped that the most important thing that we need to do is hand washing. Very important. Okay? And then we talked about what is a germ. We talked about parasites, and we knew that parasites are things that are in our body that gives us no benefit whatsoever, and it takes from us. It takes from us. And so that's what parasites are. Okay? Anything that needs a host. A parasite needs a host. That's the name. A parasite needs a host to survive. Without the host, the parasite will never be able to survive. Okay? So that's what that slide taught us. The importance of so that's what is. Okay.
We are learning in class.
Okay. Okay. And so this slide tells us how we should wash our hands. Okay. The proper methods by which we must wash our hands. We need water. We need soap, and we make sure that we do it for at least a minute or more. Okay. And you make sure that you run the water on your hand very copiously. And of course, with modern things that we know today, hand sanitizer will also be good. Okay, so you can also use the hand sanitizer to sanitize your hand. Okay, and so when you wash, make sure you rinse off properly. All right, let's go. Okay. Okay, we've talked about this. One of the hygiene things that we need to do is we must have our daily baths. Okay, bathing the body serves as several functions, including the removal of dirt, perspiration, and body oil. Bathing eliminates odor caused by body secretion. Okay, so that's why I said if you want to find out what happens when you don't take a bath for 3 days, that's what will happen. Okay? And you don't want to be around people when you are not properly taking care of your body and yourself. Okay? The rectal and genital areas where urine and stool passes from the body, and the underarm should be washed daily. If daily bathing is not entirely possible, which is most possible in most parts of the world, then make sure you wash those 3 areas of your body. This helps to prevent common skin and parasitic infections and to eliminate rash and itching caused by contact with irritants, grasses, plants, and animals. Care should be taken after bathing to dry your skin. You dry your skin and you make sure you moisturize yourself. Warm moisture areas are especially susceptible to growth of bacteria or fungal infection that causes rashes and irritation. Okay? And so that's why we have to shower every day. Okay? Shower, take a bath, and make sure that you clean your skin on a daily basis. Very, very important. And as I said, you want to be confident when you are around other people. You want to be confident. You want to carry yourself with confidence, knowing fully well that you're not going to be inconveniencing anybody. Okay? And so that's why we need to take a shower every day. That's part of our hygiene as human. We make sure we present ourselves in a very appropriate and a proper way. Okay, so hair care. The ladies will know this more than the men. Okay? That hair thing is so important to women that do you know that billions of Malangeni are spent every year for hair care. That is how hair care is important to women. Okay? And so hair care is that important. Regular washing and good nutrition contributes to healthy hair. The hair is very important. The Bible says that the hair is the beauty of the woman. Okay? And so it is even more so in our days and in our time. It is very hot. If it is very hot and a person perspires a lot, more frequent hair washing may be necessary. Shampoos, especially designed for hair, are better choices than rubbing soap on one's hair. So, getting shampoo is a better thing for your hair care than using soap to wash one's hair. For men, it really doesn't matter to us that much. You see my hair? Yes? That's all a man needs. Okay? Nails should be kept cut, fairly short, to give less space for dirt to collect. Okay? When I was a kid, I was going to school in primary school. One of the inspections they do in primary school when I was growing up, it's like every Friday, the teacher will come and we will all show our nail to the teacher. My nails is not the best that it should be right now, but I remember this very well. We will all show our nails to the teacher. And you know what? If your nail is long and it's dirty, the teacher will hit you with a ruler. And you guys know what a ruler is? Yeah. Bam! Bam! And so that is very, very important. And I didn't even understand why they were doing that by encouraging us to keep our nails clean and short, because we know that these germs could hide under the nails. Okay? And so nails should be kept short, fairly short, to give less space for dirt to collect. And use a brush, a blunt brush, or a nail file to clean under the nail at least once a day to remove accumulated dirt. I don't know if anybody that does that, okay? That's a textbook recommendation, okay? I don't know how practical that is. But keeping one's nail short is very, very important, okay? Toenails may also harbor dirt and germs and should be cleansed frequently. Keep the toenails cut short and straight across to prevent the side of the nails from growing into the skin and causing what we call regrowing toenail. Okay? Clean clothing. That is pretty obvious. Clothing should be clean and properly whenever possible. Okay? It is particularly true for shirts. Okay? Elimination of body waste. I'm not going to dwell too much on that. We all understand what that is. That's why we recommend that in every community there be a place, a safe place, a private place for people to be able to go to ease themselves. Okay? We all understand that. Okay? Because if we don't do a proper waste disposal, okay? If people are just going into the bush and doing it in the bush, it gets into the water system. Okay?
Like people must.
Huh?
Like people must.
I'm not going there. Okay. So we need a good proper waste system, so that because when you have the proper waste system, you avoid what we call waterborne diseases. Okay, and so it is very, very important that we have a proper elimination of how we take care of our body waste. Okay, it is good for women to have a habit of wiping from the front to the back. Okay, especially for our little girls, we must teach them that when they wipe, they have to wipe from the front to the back. And they do it once and throw away the toilet paper. You don't go front and back. You do front to back and you throw away. Anybody wants to tell me why? infection. Okay? If you go from the back to the front, you could put something from the back into the front, and that will lead to what we call urinary tract infection. Okay? So what is in number 2 should not enter into number 1. Okay? And so it's very, very important that the young girls, from the time they are 4 years old, should know that when they wipe, they have to wipe from the front to the back. And when you wipe, you have to throw it away. You don't do it. Okay? All right. And the most important hygiene practice is always to wash one's hand after urinating or having a bowel movement. So we must always remember to do that. Okay? That is how practical these things are.